Something else that a lot of people in New York, a lot of Knicks fans, even some people in the comments have recently asked me, what's the deal with Jalen Brunson and his hand injury? Now, I gave an update a couple of weeks ago that it was basically fine. That's what he said at the presser when he became captain. But we really didn't get any more details after that. Well, recently, him and his father joined Mark Jackson's podcast, and they said the following when they were on that show about everything about Brunson and that hand injury. So according to Mark Jackson, he asked the following question to Brunson. How's the hand doing now? Is it 100%? And Jalen Brunson said with a smile on his face, hand's good. We'll see around first game of the season, see if it's ready to go or not. But he said it with a smile on his face. With everything going on and with every factor that we've seen, all the reports that we've seen, Jalen Brunson is a go for training camp. He's going to be ready, and he's definitely going to be available for preseason as well, too. So I wouldn't worry about Jalen Brunson. I wouldn't worry about his hand injury. He's good. Looking like he's fully recovered, or at least very, very close to it. And once training camp starts, he's going to be ready to go, lock in, stay focused, and do whatever he needs to do to lead this Knicks team all the way back to the playoffs, but then go further, even beyond there, to the NBA Finals. That's one of the goals this year. The other goal is getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, like we should have been all along. Jalen Brunson's going to be an important piece to that, and even though he's still dealing with a little bit of that hand injury, it does look like for training camp, he's going to be ready to go. That's music to my ears. Getting our superstar point guard back, fully healthy. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. Let's continue here and see the other topics that we have to discuss today. One of the other ones is Jericho Sims, because recently he announced he is switching his jersey number from number 45 to number 20. This was announced recently on the app X. Now, if you don't know, Sims did wear 20 when he was at Texas. So I don't know if this is some type of calling for him and say, maybe if I go back to my old jersey number, maybe I can play the way I used to play, have that same type of bounce, that same type of energy, that same type of commitment to the game. And maybe with this change, it will signify, it will indicate, it'll signify and indicate a new beginning for Jericho Sims. And maybe that means some carved out playing time. Now, will Jericho play a significant amount of time for the Knicks next season? If you're asking me, I already said the answer is no. He's not going to play extreme high minutes unless an injury happens. But if an injury doesn't happen, he's right behind Preston Achiuwa. You got Mitchell Robinson, you got Preston Achiuwa. Oh, and by the way, the Knicks still have an open roster spot. They still have access to the MLE. If they use that to get a big man, that means it's just even more or less time for Jericho Sims to play any time at the center position for the Knicks next season. It's not a knock against Sims. I understand. He's trying to change his jersey number. He's working out with Mike Bibby in the offseason. He's finally fully healthy, more healthy now than he's ever been in his entire career. Steph Bondy, shout out to him. He reported that a few weeks ago. I understand that. I get it. He's done a lot, and he wants this opportunity. In training camp, he's going to have the perfect opportunity now. Mitchell Robinson's not there. So now, if you were ever going to show out and earn a spot, earn that backup center position, right now is your opportunity. Nobody's standing in your way come training camp besides yourself. Go out there, do what you need to do. Prove the fact that changing your jersey number to 20 isn't just you just changing it to change it. That you're doing it because you want to make a statement moving forward. And you believe you're going to be a significant piece for this Knicks team. If you believe that, then show it in training camp. Don't just change your jersey number. Do something else about it, because I got to see it now, Sims. Too many years in this game. Too many years with this Knicks squad. Do something. In training camp, prove it. Prove you're the backup center. Prove the Knicks don't need to go out and get somebody else with the MLE that's a backup center. The only person that can change that is you. But I appreciate the love and support. Tony says, I don't want us to make the same mistake we made with Melo. Give up so much because we are rushing. Double A says, Troy, I'm not an impatient person. I meant waiting for trade deadline. Doesn't guarantee it provides you what you need. Definitely understand what you mean by that, Double A. I wasn't suggesting that you were impatient with that. I was saying overall, everybody wants things to happen right away. But we all understand basketball, you have to sometimes wait, watch what happens, and then make adjustments as you go on. And that's exactly what the Knicks are going to do today. Keith P says, if Vuk came at a low price and off the bench, I'm all in. I don't know about that. Even if Vooch came at a low cost, having him on the bench, given his contract, I wouldn't want him off the bench. But even more than that, he still does not play defense. If you played him off the bench, yes, you'd get great offense. But does he rebound the ball even? What else does he do? That's my thing, Keith. I understand it. You want Vooch. You think Vooch is a great player. Maybe he could be dynamic. Maybe he could add some range to this team. He could give us some scoring. He could help stretch the floor. The problem is, what else does he give you? Besides offensively, where's the greatness? Where is he? Because in my opinion, if you're not going to be able to take that next step defensively under head coach Tom Thibodeau, you're not going to see a lot of time. I think a lot of you would agree with that. There's no way you would see a lot of time under head coach Tom Thibodeau, even off the bench, if you're not playing a level of defense that he would accept and expect from you. So I think that's something to consider here. But let's keep it going. Tony stated, we just need a defensive-minded center. Keith P says, Troy, he pairs well with other bench players. If we look at the bench, let's see, the bench would be, what would it be? It would be, let's see, Dante DiVincenzo, Deuce, Josh Hart, Precious Achua, and then if you brought in somebody like Vooch, he could play the backup. So that would be your 5. I don't think that's a bad 5 per se, Keith. The fit, though, I mean, anybody who can stretch the floor at a center position with people who can run and shoot, yeah, you're going to be a good fit. You could say the same thing with the starters as well. I could make the same argument for Jonas Valanciunas. I can make the same argument for Walker Kessler. I can make the same argument for a lot of these players. The thing is, the cost difference. I don't know what Vucevic is going to cost, and we think it might be low. It may not be. I understand wanting to upgrade the bench and doing the best that you can possibly do. I just don't think Vooch is the player that's going to do it for this Knicks team. There are better players available I'd want the Knicks to go after before they offered any type of trade package to Chicago to get Vooch on this roster. Things would have to go disastrous during their dealings during the trade deadline for them to add Vucevic to this roster. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.